Hi, and welcome back again to 3 and Out with Chris Spielman. I'm Mike O'Hara, and brought to you again by Comerica. And Chris Spielman, what a day at Ford Field. The Detroit Lions, just a heartbreaking loss, 34-30 to the Kansas City Chiefs, the powerful Kansas City Chiefs. They're going into the bye week right now with their first loss of the season. What do you take into that game if you're a player there? Are you heartened by the way you played, devastated by the loss, or a combination of both?
Well, I think you can show that you played with the best that there is in the NFL, and you can certainly make that argument for the Kansas City Chiefs. The only problem is that the Kansas City Chiefs don't need any help. And I think there were times when the Lions helped the Kansas City Chiefs and keep them in that ball game. I thought they outplayed them for most of the game, but we talk about it every single week. With NFL against two good teams, it's going to come down to 4 or 5 plays, and which team is going to win those 4 or 5 plays. And unfortunately for Lions fans, that was the Chiefs yesterday.
We're going to start with one that's a win for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's 13-13, midway through the third quarter. The Detroit Lions have first and goal at the 1 yard line and a fumble by Kerryon Johnson, a strange play, a recovery, and a 100-yard touchdown run by Bashaud Breeland of the Chiefs. Break it down. Tell us what you see.
Well, you're going to see number 98 Williams, as I think Kerryon's trying to reach for the end zone, is able to punch that ball out of there. That ball is out. There's no whistle blown and no clear recovery. So it's a good lesson for everybody to learn how to play through the whistle, not to the whistle. And it's an excellent job by Breeland of picking this ball up and taking it the distance. Nobody knows where the football is. There was not a whistle. You have to find the ball. We see everybody walking around. Golladay has a shot at him right there, but doesn't get him. And the Kansas City Chiefs don't quit on the play. And at anything, it's nobody's fault. The only lesson to be play through the whistle, and just to make sure, I would think you'd like to see Golladay come in and make that tackle. The play set up, Marvin Jones Jr. would like to have that. Run it back, guys, real quick from that angle. Marvin Jones Jr. would like to have this block back because 32 is going to shoot through that gap, and Marvin doesn't get enough of them, which stops Kerryon Johnson initially because the initial push isn't too bad. But the Chiefs won the battle on the line of scrimmage right there. They didn't quit on the play. And the rule is, if you're the second man in the tackle, the Lions do a good job of this. We saw this with Jarrad Davis last week. You punch the football, and the Chiefs are playing through the play, and that's a team that scores enough points with its offense. You don't need to give them any help and have them get defensive points.
All right, Chris Spielman, we're going to move along to the fourth quarter, and there are other big plays, and it's back and forth. The Lions are down 27-23, and they finally take the lead, 30-27, on this touchdown pass to Kenny Golladay. Break it down. Tell us what you see.
Well, Galladay's down here to your left, and he's such a mismatch, especially in the red zone, because the quote I used when I did a game, Galladay's a guy that takes a 50-50 ball and turns it into a 730 ball. But just watch the release off the line of scrimmage. Right there, he's so strong. It's a clean release. And Matthew Stafford throws the ball up and away from the smaller defender. This allows Kenny Golladay to be like a basketball player and is able to box out number 35 right there. The other beautiful thing about this is that Matthew Stafford can be on time and accurate throwing in a back pedal. In order to play quarterback in this league, you have to be accurate with your body not married to the target. Watch Stafford's back pedal here. Just throw it up there and trust that your guy's going to make the play. And I like how Golladay keeps the football away from the defender's hands so he can't get it. Then, of course, the awareness to get 2 feet in bounds.
Now let's move along. The Detroit Lions are protecting this lead. The Chiefs finally score on a 1 yard run with 20 seconds to go. But here's the key play, or at least one of them. 4th and 8 at the 34. Patrick Mahomes, who didn't throw a touchdown pass in that game, but he beats them with their legs. Break it down. Tell us what you see.
Well, we know that the Lions like to play a lot of man coverage, and the Chiefs know that. So when you do play man, you're susceptible to scrambling. Right here, it's man coverage all the way, and Patrick Mahomes takes that green area and takes the green. Seeing man coverage, taking a throwing lane and turn it into a running lane. That's the safe play. The coverage downfield was exceptional. The problem is you're only bringing 3 guys. So when you only bring 3 guys and you got guys get knocked down or knocked out of their rushing lanes, that just creates a giant hole for Patrick Mahomes, who usually is going to make smart, sound decisions, sees that hole open wide, and takes it and keeps his chains alive. Jarrad Davis is guarding his guy. It looked like a 2-man to me. That means everybody is chasing with 2 safeties over the top. Your defense is more than susceptible to quarterback run. I don't know if that's the right call. I think if Matt maybe would have had that call back, I don't know if he would have been in that defense in that particular situation.
Well, they finally finish off that 79-yard drive with a 1-yard run by Darrell Williams, his second touchdown of the game. Chris Spielman, before we take a break here for our bye week, what do you take from this team right now through the first quarter? They're 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie. Are they ahead of schedule, on schedule, or is it just the way it is?
No, I think they're ahead of schedule. I mean, you look at it when at the start of the season, you're 2-1-1 and heading into the bye week. You're still in control of your own destiny, right? You want to just keep doing. You're a half a game behind Green Bay in Chicago. You know your team is playing well, and quite frankly, I don't think I would be as upset at the Chiefs game as I would at the Cardinal game. I think of that Cardinal tie. I think all of them feel like, man, if we just could have pulled that one out. But that's gone forever, right? You're 2-1-1. I think there's a lot of confidence and a lot of belief in that locker room. I think your quarterback is playing well. On Johnson, despite the fumble, he's going to be a factor before the season's over. He had a nice day running the football. It's a good, solid roster, and they're good enough to make a run as we progress and get ready for after the bye week. And you finish 12 games and see what happens.
All right, Chris Spielman, that's a wrap for this week. We'll be back next week after the bye and tell you what the Detroit Lions look forward to in their final 12 games.